Hugs are far more than just a casual gesture. They're a subtle form of communication that can trigger desire, connection, and attraction if done correctly. A well-executed hug signals confidence, emotional presence, and physical compatibility, all of which are critical cues that women subconsciously notice. Most men underestimate the power of touch. They either hug awkwardly, too briefly, or without intention, missing opportunities to strengthen attraction and emotional connection. Understanding how to hug a woman in a way that makes her want you more can transform simple physical contact into a powerful tool of influence. Physical touch activates hormones like oxytocin, which fosters feelings of trust, comfort, and intimacy. When combined with the right psychological cues, like presence, confidence, and selective closeness, a hug can create a moment that lingers in her mind long after it happens. Women are wired to detect the energy behind touch, not just the physical action. Your posture, grip, timing, and emotional engagement all communicate messages about your confidence, value, and interest. In this video, you'll learn 4 simple but highly effective techniques to use when hugging a woman. Each method is rooted in psychological principles and Stoic awareness. Being aware of your presence, controlling your energy, and creating subtle tension that fosters attraction. These aren't manipulative tricks. They're ways to express high-value energy while deepening emotional and physical connection. By the end, you'll understand how to hug a woman in a way that naturally increases her desire, makes her feel safe yet excited, and strengthens the bond between you. Mastering these 4 simple techniques can make your hugs more than a greeting. They become a powerful tool to deepen attraction. 1. Full presence. The first and most crucial principle when hugging a woman is full presence. Being present means your attention, energy, and awareness are entirely focused on her in that moment. Most men make the mistake of hugging while distracted, thinking about what to say next, or checking their surroundings. This lack of presence is immediately noticeable and diminishes attraction. A hug is a form of non-verbal communication, and women can feel whether your energy is fully engaged or detached. Full presence starts with grounding yourself. Before initiating the hug, take a deep breath and center your energy. Make eye contact briefly, smile naturally, and project calm confidence. Your energy should communicate that you are fully in control of yourself, comfortable with her proximity, and focused entirely on the shared moment. Women instinctively respond to men who exhibit this kind of deliberate awareness. It signals emotional stability, confidence, and attentiveness, all qualities that increase desire and trust. Physical alignment also plays a role. Stand close enough to convey connection without invading personal space prematurely. Allow your body language to reflect openness. Shoulders relaxed, chest slightly forward, and arms ready to embrace naturally. Avoid stiff or awkward movements. A smooth, deliberate approach communicates confidence and ease. When your body is fully present, the hug feels intentional rather than obligatory. Timing and duration are equally important. A quick, disengaged hug lacks impact. Hold the hug long enough for her to sense your presence and energy without making it uncomfortable. The ideal duration is long enough for a subtle emotional connection to form, but not so long that it becomes awkward or forced. During this time, your energy and attentiveness are more important than words. A brief whisper of her name or a soft, genuine smile can enhance the emotional impact without overcomplicating the moment. Your hands convey energy too. Position them naturally on her back or shoulders, applying gentle pressure that communicates stability and security. Avoid clinging or tense grips, as these signal nervousness or insecurity. A confident yet gentle touch reassures her while subtly conveying masculine energy. Women are highly sensitive to touch cues, and a controlled, intentional embrace enhances the perception of value and attraction. Lastly, full presence involves mental focus. Clear your mind of distractions and avoid thinking ahead to what comes next. Women can feel if your energy is scattered, which breaks the intimate connection. Instead, fully experience the hug as a shared interaction. The combination of physical alignment, touch, duration, and mental focus creates a magnetic experience that resonates beyond the moment itself. Mastering full presence ensures that every hug communicates confidence, attentiveness, and emotional engagement. It establishes a strong foundation for the other techniques, allowing you to create subtle tension, emotional connection, and desire naturally. A man who is fully present during a hug leaves a lasting impression, making her think about the experience long after it ends. 2. Intentional touch. The second principle to making a hug powerful is intentional touch. Every contact point communicates energy, confidence, and intention. Women are highly sensitive to touch. It can convey comfort, security, dominance, or warmth, depending on how it's executed. Most men hug without thought, letting the arms fall casually or applying inconsistent pressure. Intentional touch requires awareness of how your hands, arms, and body convey presence, masculinity, and emotional engagement simultaneously. Start with placement. Your hands should rest naturally on her upper back, shoulder blades, or sides, areas that allow you to communicate closeness without overstepping boundaries. Avoid grabbing or clinging, which signals insecurity or desperation. A confident placement, combined with subtle pressure, communicates stability and strength. Your touch should feel deliberate, yet effortless, as if it naturally belongs in that space. Women can immediately sense the difference between accidental contact and purposeful embrace. Pressure matters. Too light a touch can feel disengaged, while too heavy may feel controlling or uncomfortable. The goal is a firm yet gentle hold that conveys strength and safety. Think of it as a supportive presence rather than a restrictive grip. Gentle, controlled pressure signals masculine energy, confidence, and attentiveness, all traits that women find naturally attractive. Intentional touch also involves awareness of duration and flow. Don't just plant your hands and freeze. Allow them to move subtly in harmony with the hug. Small, controlled shifts, such as sliding a hand slightly higher or lower in sync with her body, create a sense of energy exchange. This subtle movement increases the emotional and physiological impact of the hug, activating feelings of connection and desire. Facial and head placement amplifies touch. Rest your head lightly near hers, either on the side or slightly forward, allowing for subtle eye contact before or after the embrace. This communicates attentiveness and focus while enhancing intimacy. Women respond to these cues because they signal emotional presence and control over the interaction. Intentional touch also communicates selective energy. It shows that you're choosing to engage, not responding automatically or out of habit. This aligns with Stoic principles, maintaining self-mastery, while giving your presence meaning and value. When she senses that your touch is deliberate, she interprets it as a sign of high-value energy, making her more likely to want you and think about you after the hug. Lastly, combine touch with subtle emotional signals. A gentle squeeze, a brief whisper of her name, or a small smile while holding her reinforces the psychological impact. These cues strengthen the connection without overcomplicating the moment. Intentional touch is about creating an experience that resonates physically, emotionally, and mentally, making her feel noticed, safe, and desired simultaneously. By mastering intentional touch, you elevate a simple hug into a moment that leaves a lasting impression. It signals confidence, masculine energy, and emotional awareness, naturally increasing attraction and making her want you more. 3. Create subtle tension. The third principle to making a hug impactful is creating subtle tension. Tension doesn't mean aggression or discomfort. It's a deliberate use of energy and presence to create anticipation and desire. When done correctly, subtle tension transforms an ordinary hug into a magnetic experience that makes a woman think about you long after it ends. Men often fail at this because they either rush the hug, relax too quickly, or fail to engage their energy, leaving the interaction flat and forgettable. Subtle tension begins with body language. Maintain strong posture, grounded feet, and controlled movements. Your energy should convey confidence and stability while leaving a trace of anticipation. Avoid fully melting into the hug or disengaging too quickly. Instead, hold a controlled presence, slightly firm, yet relaxed, so she feels your energy without feeling trapped. Women instinctively respond to men who can balance strength with ease, creating a magnetic push and pull dynamic. Eye contact is a key tool for tension. Briefly meet her eyes before, during, or after the hug. This communicates focus and interest while simultaneously creating anticipation. The brief mental connection leaves her mind looping. She will think about the intensity of the interaction and the feeling of your presence. Eye contact, combined with subtle tension, signals confidence, emotional control, and attraction without needing words. Another element is timing. Don't rush the hug. Allow it to last slightly longer than expected, just enough for the emotional and physical energy to register. A well-timed pause, subtle shift in movement, or controlled release of pressure creates anticipation and deepens the emotional imprint. Women notice the difference between a distracted hug and one where the man deliberately engages the moment, making it memorable. Touch and tension work together. A slightly firmer hold or a gentle guiding hand can create intimacy and anticipation. Move your energy in harmony with hers without overstepping boundaries. The idea is to create a controlled energy exchange that communicates interest and masculine presence without appearing needy or invasive. Subtle tension stimulates emotional arousal and curiosity, triggering a psychological response that enhances desire. Your mental state is also crucial. Be present and deliberate, aware of the moment but calm. Tension is not about forcing emotion, it's about projecting self-mastery and selective energy. Women respond to men who exhibit control over their own energy, while creating a dynamic that feels engaging and slightly unpredictable. Ultimately, subtle tension makes your hugs unforgettable. It transforms a simple gesture into a psychological and emotional experience that she associates with confidence, masculinity, and intrigue. She will remember the feeling, think about it later, and feel a pull toward you that goes beyond the physical contact. Mastering this principle ensures that every hug leaves her wanting more. 4. End with presence and confidence. The fourth and final principle to making a hug unforgettable is ending it with presence and confidence. How you exit the hug is just as important as how you enter and maintain it. Most men make the mistake of abruptly disengaging, slumping, or appearing unsure, which undermines the energy they built during the embrace. Ending a hug with deliberate composure reinforces your high-value presence, leaves a lasting impression, and creates lingering desire. Begin by controlling the timing of your release. Don't rush away or appear eager to disengage. Instead, hold the hug just long enough for the emotional and physical connection to register, then slowly release in a smooth, deliberate motion. This shows that you are confident, self-aware, and fully engaged in the moment without being overbearing. Women are highly attuned to these cues, and the manner in which you disengage communicates more than words ever could. Maintain eye contact after the hug whenever possible. A brief glance or smile reinforces attentiveness and interest without being needy. Your eyes communicate that you are aware of her, appreciating the shared moment and comfortable in your own energy. Combined with a relaxed, grounded posture, eye contact signals emotional stability and masculine confidence, which naturally increases attraction. Your body language after the hug should convey calm assurance. Avoid fidgeting, slumping, or looking distracted. Stand tall, maintain controlled movements, and continue your engagement with the environment naturally. This consistency in energy reinforces your value because it shows that your attention and presence are deliberate, not dependent on her reactions. Women subconsciously register this as high-status behavior, which enhances desire and respect. A subtle verbal cue can complement your physical exit. A soft, confident statement such as a simple, "good seeing you," or a brief compliment can leave a positive imprint without over-explaining or seeking validation. The key is brevity and calm delivery. It communicates interest without neediness, reinforcing your composure and high-value energy. Lastly, leave space after the hug. Avoid lingering excessively, over-talking, or over-communicating. Giving her room to process the moment allows the emotional and psychological impact of the hug to resonate. This space amplifies desire because it encourages reflection, curiosity, and anticipation of your next interaction. Ending a hug with presence and confidence transforms a physical gesture into a memorable experience that lingers in her mind. It signals that you are secure, self-aware, and intentional, qualities women find deeply attractive. When combined with full presence, intentional touch, and subtle tension, this final step ensures that every hug you give increases desire, strengthens emotional connection, and leaves her wanting more. Hugging a woman is far more than a casual gesture. It's a powerful form of communication that can significantly increase attraction when done intentionally. By mastering 4 simple principles: full presence, intentional touch, subtle tension, and ending with presence and confidence, you transform an ordinary hug into a memorable and magnetic experience. Each step communicates masculinity, composure, and high-value energy, which women instinctively respond to. Full presence ensures that your energy and attention are entirely focused on her in the moment, creating a strong foundation for connection. Intentional touch conveys security, strength, and attentiveness, signaling that your presence is deliberate and meaningful. Subtle tension adds anticipation and emotional pull, keeping her engaged mentally and physically. Finally, ending with presence and confidence leaves a lasting impression, reinforcing your composure and high-value presence without appearing needy or desperate. These principles work together to create an experience that women remember long after the hug ends. A well-executed hug stimulates emotional, psychological, and physical responses, making her feel safe, desired, and drawn to you. When practiced consistently, this approach strengthens attraction, deepens connection, and increases the likelihood that she will think about you, seek your presence, and prioritize your attention. Ultimately, hugging a woman with awareness, intention, and confidence is a subtle but powerful tool in male-female dynamics. It's not about manipulation. It's about expressing high-value energy, creating emotional resonance, and leaving her wanting more. Master these techniques, and your hugs will become a simple yet highly effective way to increase desire, deepen attraction, and elevate your presence in her mind and heart.